Boop boopy doop boop boop. And we are live. Boop boop boop. Boop 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 boop. We are live. Boop 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 boop. Mario theme music. Boop boop. Whew. I was like, do I have anything I have to do? Nope. Just claim some stuff and do some dailies. So I'm a little bit behind where I wanted to be. I wanted to be about 51, 52. And I think maybe I just missed a couple energy refreshes. And that, I mean, it doesn't seem like it adds up, but you know, every little bit adds up.
Level-wise?
Yeah. I assumed I'd be about 51, 52 today. And I'm just not. I'll definitely be 51. You know what? Technically, I did the video on Saturday, and I am definitely going to be 51 tomorrow. So I guess, like, technically it'll be right. But I just thought I was going to be a little bit further along as far as energy is concerned.
But that's not
Unreasonable?
no.
No,
Like,
no, absolutely not.
The average person hasn't developed a schedule necessarily for logging in every day. So, like, this is fine. It's still
Hey,
realistic.
Malta. How are your newbies coming? They're, well, I'm a little bit... I'm level 50. It's 3 weeks. I'm level 50. I thought I'd be at 51 or 52. I might have missed some energy or kind of did what I'm doing right here, which is sandbagging some stuff. But I don't think the progress is that bad. I'm also beating full teams of like 10k like 50k total teams with the guys I've been thrown together. Like, I'm holding top 500. I'm pushing up a little bit higher. I don't care if I get too much higher right now, considering that I don't have subhounds. Considering I don't have, you know, a specific team set up yet, and I've also missed quite a bit. Sub story. On like like the change of Daredevil. This is huge. Like, it's now it's 10 days. The math on it. From the day you can start accruing, what's up, Candy? From the day you can start accruing arena credits, you are 10 days away from unlocking Daredevil, because the first day you will not get enough credits, and it's very unlikely that you will ever have, if you climb an arena, enough to buy him twice in one of those. So it's a 10-day checkup. So I'm still not, obviously for me it's less. Hey, Alex. So I'm not 100% sure what the case is, but I've said many times, I don't think that having the defenders is wrong. I think that the amount of time it takes to people invest in the defenders is where they end up like hurting themselves. So if it's, I have to do the numbers, and I will. You know, as I've said, I've pulled 2 15 drops and 1, obviously, basic orb of Daredevil. And when it was 31 of 100, I'm like, whatever. Now that it's 31 of 45, I'm truly considering what happens. You know, I do know that Iron Fist and Punisher and JJ are not amazing characters early. They do take, you know, soon to where I am right now. Unsure if you saw DM, I'm getting 100 Captain Marvel shards via login. Why? We're all getting 100 Captain Marvel shards via login calendar? Did they update it? Is it the 1 year?
Data mine. But it could change to anybody else for the anniversary.
I would love it. I would love it if the anniversary, they always do that, because then that's a huge boost to the entire community. As a matter of fact, I've said for a long time, I think that players who start the game should get a login calendar with Captain Marvel as just a, here you go, this is one of the best characters in the game, because you really wouldn't regret having her. Like, if you get her for nothing, she will be a very useful character. I think I used Ms. Marvel more than Dee Dee early on. Oh, yeah. 100%.
How would you feel if they added
What's up?
Captain Marvel in with Hulk on the daily login milestones?
What do you mean?
So at like 30 days, you get 5 Hulk and 5 Captain Marvel shards.
I think that's nice. I think that
Like,
would be
rather
nice.
than just like create an account and here's a free character that's really strong. What if
Larry.
you actually had to play the game for a while?
Right. I would be instead of just giving everyone a free Captain Marvel,
Right.
if they added CM to daily milestones with Hulk, like 5 shards
It
at a
doesn't-
time.
I mean,
Yeah,
not
100%.
necessarily daily, but different milestones. Maybe put her win X number of arena fights, so that like the more you play, the closer you are to getting her.
I think that the milestones have to be kind of overhauled. I think that they were fine for what they were, but the fact that they haven't grown, kind
Right,
of like
'cause what
they
we get like 10 cores for our
yeah. Was it
two-year-
the level the 2-year for me was 25 cores, and I was like, that's not an amount of cores. You know, like
Right, exactly.
you know, for playing this game for 2 years. Anyway, replace Wolverine with CM. No one loses. I don't like the idea of replacing Wolverine.
No.
I like the idea of keeping him. I do like the idea that once you have Wolverine, you have an option. And that option, of course, would be to... Am I too loud, by the way? I just want to make sure I'm coming in okay on YouTube stream. I'm just noticing my bars are going high. I think I think Wolverine is fine because he's one of those characters that, like, after half of a year, you have a... Sorry, horse. After half of a year, you have a 7-star Wolverine. Whether you've upgraded him or not, doesn't matter. But that character is going to help you unlock Magneto for basically playing the game. And that's a huge dude. Thank you, Nicholas. I don't know. I think if once you reach... I also like the idea that once you reach 131 days or 161 days played, you start farming the materials you need for Ultimus. And... you know, Ultimate Shards, which are very helpful in a lot of stages of the game for a lot of players. Only when you reach my main account, you know, where I'm at 5.5 million, and like that orb has maybe like 4 or 5 characters that aren't dupes for me. I don't know. Like, why here only villain farming? Like, why only here in villain farming? We have other campaigns too now. What do you mean? What do you specifically mean? Oh, and a couple of questions. What up? Any thoughts on the Black Order? Yes, the thoughts on the Black Order. Surprise, and I had to message. A couple people messaged me, and I had to talk to them about it today. Surprise! It's not 6. It's not 5 Inhumans at 6-star. So that was the first thing that was like, nope, not going to happen. Second, it's not going to be the next patch. It's going to be 2 patches from now, and patches are usually about 6 weeks. 6 plus 6 is 12. 12 divided by 4 is 3. 3 months from now, May, June, July. July is exactly when I said that I expect the Dark Order to come out in my predictions video. And that lines up perfectly. And in addition, he is... Inhumans, 2 of them are characters that are currently farmable in the game. Currently. So a lot of players who happen to have 5-star Ms. Marvels and Quakes are already going to have what they need. Then if you manage to unlock Black Bolt...
says mid-May for Ebony Maw.
Mid-May?
Yeah.
I thought it specifically said April, May. Really?
The Ebony Maw legendary event is currently scheduled.
He didn't predict Black Order correctly. Wolverthor? Correctly means accurately. It says May. I thought it said within 2 patches.
It specifically says mid-May.
Well, it's not 6-star, which is the number one thing that I knew was not going to happen. But I did predict that the Black Order Thanos Gauntlet version of the team was coming out in July. So if it is May, I'm wrong, and that's fine. Is it going to Inhumans though? Yes, it's going to be Inhumans.
At least it's not the
Yeah. No, good credit where credit's due. The problem, they're releasing Black Order the next 2 updates, so I assume that'll be until mid-May. Well, yeah. That's fair. That's very possible. Well, we also have to know that this entire month is kind of shot, right? Like, on I didn't notice that. The issue I like. So here's the thing. There's a difference between requiring 5 and requiring 6. obviously having 6 is phenomenal, 6 stars, because then you get a stronger version of the character. But I knew for a fact that it was not going to be a 6-star. The Cascades the Black Bolt issue through the free-to-play, missing on 2 legendaries now. But you wouldn't miss... You don't have to miss Ebony Maw. Like, it's... And let's be clear, free-to-play players shouldn't get legendaries on first pass without having prepared. And this is a lot of preparation. I'm free to play. Second pass, totally reasonable. As a matter of fact, I do wish... Like, my biggest issue with Black Bolt was not that Black Bolt... Oh, I should play some music. Fuck. Boop. Why YouTube instead? I stream on YouTube, my free-to-play account. So it's a recording. Let's get some royalty free. Let's get some rock music. Sub, sorry. Most senior players were willing to get 2 Yo-Yo or Karnak or Crystal at 5-star. Yeah, so let's look at, like, free-to-play players. Like, 2 of the characters have been in the game. One of them is mediocre in Quake. One of them was pretty good in Ms. Marvel. So those are 2 characters that are required. Then the other characters had an opportunity to unlock. It specifically says you need Black Bolt and 4 others. I did not see Black Bolt and 4 others. I didn't read that. That is crazy.
I still wonder how much of that is actually requiring him, or how much of it is like scare tactics, like Black
It
Bolt
says Black Bolt. It says Black Bolt and 4 others.
Yep.
Oh, that's not good. Now, okay, now I'm going to apologize to what Nicholas Jones. I apologize, Nick. You're right. That's not good. I don't like that at all. But even if he is required, I agree with that statement. But again, the biggest problem with Black Bolt is it wasn't free to play. Not getting a legendary on a free to play account is fine. Like, not getting a legendary on your first pass as a free-to-play character, that makes sense. They're legendary. I believe that there was only one legendary that free-to-play players were capable of getting on first pass, and that was Invisible Woman. There was like a month and a half to farm those characters. Second pass for free-to-play is... You have to target it, right? Like, you have to intentionally do it. And then third pass becomes realistic. And that makes sense because of how long the legendary lineup goes, you know? When you have a legendary... And look at my free-to-play account right now. I have a... You know, I'm looking for a... I'm looking to get Star-Lord. I have 30 days to get him. I'm ignoring all other characters except Star-Lord. And not only will I definitely have Star-Lord... 90 days, I'm sorry. Not only will I definitely have Star-Lord in 90 days, no question, going to happen as a free-to-play player, I'm definitely going to be very close as a free-to-play player to also unlocking Invisible Woman. I'm trying to get a 6-star Star-Lord it's going to be 37 days because I started playing 7 days before Black Bolt became available. So, this pass. So I'm trying to see if I can push all the way up to a 6-star Black Bolt. That's a personal thing, because if I get a 6-star Black Bolt in 30 days, I will be able to immediately enter the Darkness one, based on the team. Not pass. First pass not getting it, no big deal. On second pass, most free DP will still have a real shot. The War Store. Yes, but that's the War Store problem. Like, conflating issues ends up with a weird situation. I know you're not buying, Tony, but are you rate the Pi Day offers? I'm not no longer buying. I'm only buying if something matters and nothing matters. So, like, I do... obviously, my free-to-play account, I'm not buying anything. But on my main account, I'm still willing to give them a couple of dollars here or there, but for stuff that, like, I enjoy. Like, if Doom came out and it was a $25 unlock, I wouldn't not buy Doom to spite Fox next because I enjoy Doom. Even if you lose wars, you get enough credits for the loss. No, but that's not true. Like, the War Store is broken. The War Store is broken, and the economy in it needs to be fixed, and it always has been. And it's not a matter of get good scrub. You can factor in... Getting good in raids are static. When you're good at raids, you have reached a level that you can consistently reach. When you get good at war, it's still random every day. So even if you're good at war... Like, if you're good at raids, you could be number one in a raid that everyone's getting 60% and get the most rewards. So you're getting personal value. If you are doing well in war, you still require every other person. That's the difference between raid and war. Raid is the best 24 single efforts you can do. War is 24 players having to act as a team, and that's why so many people don't succeed in war. Is streaming on YouTube better than Twitch? Nope. They're not. There's no difference. Their war shelling solution looks overly complicated. They should just implement your idea. Well, they won't do that. The reason they won't do that is because the whales will be mad. Because then it hurts them. And they don't want to ever, like, anger the whales. Because the last time they did, there was a boycott. I'll follow you anywhere? Oh, thanks, man. Anyway, so just now that you guys are here, just a quick review. I'm at level 50. I'm about a level behind where I said I was going to be last week, but also I streamed a day later, and I'll probably be able to reach that. Let me just farm something real quick, because I hate sitting on energy on my free-to-play account. Medic. Which doesn't a February revenue report. It's not a revenue report. Fox Next hasn't released a revenue report. My thoughts on it is, I understand how Sensor Tower works, and a lot of people don't. So,
has anyone seen a graph with actual numbers on it?
Yes. I have a paid Sensor Tower account, and if you do have a paid Sensor Tower account, let's see some offers. What you see is a piece of information that not a lot of people see, and that is that data is estimated based on the first 10 days of the month based on previous performance indexes, which means that their estimation for February is based exclusively on how well they had been doing in months prior, and January and December were some of their highest months overall. And that first week of January, while there was a strike that clarified that you shouldn't buy Cyclops, which obviously not everybody in the game did. Some people bought Cyclops. People in my alliance bought Cyclops because I wasn't telling anybody what they should or shouldn't do with their money. But there was also just spending you don't see, like red stars, people who buy war credits, people who just buy energy packs and stuff like that. So if you're basing a pretty much par for the course issue, and maybe there was a little bit of a downside, then that 10-day cycle before they called for a full spending strike is all it took to... You still hitting U4s? I'm still on U4s because my alliance is still on U4s, but I'll show you. I'll show you what I'm doing. I saved all that content for here. I just wanted to go over quick, like, what's going on. So Groot, Drax, I'm close enough to Yondu that I know I'll have him at 3-star soon. And you'll see that I'm also close to unlocking Iron Man, which I'm only doing for the sake of unlocking Iron Man, as I'm also using shield minions as a team in general. Hela, listen, every free-to-play account is going to be different. Every single one. Whenever you start the game, every opportunity, you can pull 100 shards of any character out of a Mega Orb. You can go do, you could get very lucky on a lot of ways. In this situation, because of how it, like, you might be a free-to-play account that starts, and then they send out compensation packages to everybody. You know, there's a lot of different things. In this case, people were gifted a free Hela, and it blows my mind that the top of my arena bracket hasn't invested in Hela yet. It blows my mind that every time I go in with a 6... I'll do an arena fight right now. I've been holding top 500, which is exactly where I want to be. Obviously, I'd like to be as high as I can. Yeah, this team. Wait, I don't know who Booty Bandit is, but dude. I love how they put Helen, Villain 7-6, and Rescue in 7-9. I hope those Mystic nodes are doable. I'm blowing my mind that Rescue's there. I truly believe I did say it was speculation, but I truly believe that Ghost Rider was going to be the other character. I knew Hela was definitely a villain's farm. I had no idea that they rescue, which now it frightens me because I'm afraid they're going to take rescue out as the bonus and put in a different character. The good news is I'm never going to farm rescue, so that's a problem solved. Weird. It's just so weird. Oh, I don't have to do this fight.
I know we hate the in a vacuum thought, but I don't hate rescue going to somewhere you can actually controllably farm.
Any money we get Ghost Rider replacing rescue in the Blitz? My anticipation of Ghost Rider is because I believe Ghost Rider to be the next character they're going to make accessible in the game. How and why was I assumed that it was going to be the first opportunity in a node. Now, I do know he and Elsa are the next two characters slated to be placed in the game. How, though, I don't know. I think it's going to be temporary for rescue. They also said humans would be on their way to Star War campaign to help with your recruitment efforts. Yeah, but, like, I had information that a character was going to be added to the Blitz store soon, which is why I started saving Blitz orbs. So on my main account, I have, like, 30 Blitz orbs open, because, like, thing is almost done. And I thought, like, I didn't say anything. I was very clear to not say who it was, because I didn't know, but I assumed it was going to be a character. So I'm like, maybe Sif. She's next, right? God, this is the most inefficient auto fight, and I'm still going to 100% win this fight. Like, the AI is making all of the wrong choices. Let me just help them out a little bit. I think it's going to be temporary rescue. I don't think it's going to be temporary for rescue. I do think that she's going to be removed from the Blitz store. I don't mind if they keep adding a random marquee character. The problem with rescue is that no one felt good about pulling rescue out of those shards. You know what I mean? Like, even as a free-to-play player, imagine, like, right now, every time I pull a Blitz orb, I'm like, not rescue. Literally, I will take any Ravager. I will take hand characters. Just don't give me rescue in a Blitz orb, because it's useless to me. And every time I pull her, I'm like, oh, geez. Oh, no. Rescue was never in the Blitz store? That's what I'm saying. Well, the orb's in the store. This is the store. This is the store. This entire thing is the store. This doesn't say store either. It's a supply. It's all the store. But she's just waiting. Blitz orbs, yeah. Yeah. It's not like the Blitz orbs have anything in them. Nope. Oh, I forgot this isn't my main account. I only got like 35 Drax shards from the Blitz, which is still a huge boost, but like still haven't invested in Hydra without red stars. Are they top? Are they a top tier team to want? Interesting. So here's the thing. I'm 100% sure I will be unlocking Red Skull from this next Blitz when he's the 26th. I'm 100% sure. What I'm not sure about is whether or not I will be getting much more than that. I meant to say without Red Skull. Oh no, without Red Skull, they're adequate, but they're not top tier. They are also hard countered by the Inhumans, with Red Skull or without. Like, if you're wondering how you're going to beat them on defense, the answer is Black Bolt and the Inhumans. No question. Like, hard countered. Punch up like 150k. like, it's crazy how much that team does against the... Like, they're all villain tech. Black Bolt just coughs and kills them all. And they can't res. It's crazy. So... They already have their counter built into the game. But that said, it's now obviously more of an issue to not have Red Skull. Other than that, you'll see that I've unlocked a couple of more characters, but all the characters I'm close to unlocking, like, I hope I don't unlock Rescue. The longer she's at 37 to 45, that means I'm getting good pulls out of Blitz orbs. Stitcher I could care less about. Korath, meh. Kree Royal. The Kree characters, whatever. Miles is one that I'm a little upset that I haven't been able to unlock already, but I'm also, you know, relying on RNG. I don't care about him. I'm not farming Nebula for the sake of unlocking her. Vulture. I'd like to unlock Vulture. Iron Man's coming soon. I'm not even near Symbiote Spider-Man, and we have 3 weeks before that comes back at least. Night Nurse is not a high priority. Mantis and Gamora, man. Notice that, like, 18 and 36. I have double the amount of Gamora shards as I do Mantis. No chance. The Mercs, I'm not going to target farm them. Okoye is not important. So there's not a lot of characters that I can target farm now that I'm interested in. So I'm going to keep working on the shield minions. The shield minions are adequate at beating the defenders up in the arena if I need to. I'm working on... Oop. You think saving all my orbs, the Misfits mainly will be able to open? I wouldn't.
The orbs don't disappear as soon as the event ends.
The orbs don't disappear, but you should open them. Like please don't let Fox Next make a mistake and then you have to deal with that conversation. You know what I mean? Specifically those orbs. Tanakh, you get enough shards to unlock her at reset? Yeah. Are you buying any pie offers with cores? Let me check. In general, I probably am not going to be spending cores. And I don't have that many because I just started maining there. But are these all the pie day? Oh, so this is not an offer. This is not an offer. None of these are offers. I don't see any pie day offers. Maybe I should restart. Let me just give this a quick restart. It's because I was technically loaded in before 8 p.m. when I started the stream. Yeah. So I'll just have to check it. Pie Day offers are 314 cores each. Oh man, I don't know what offer would have to show up there for me to be like, this is worth 2 days of arena credit. Day and a half. I'm happy with the progress. I've actually enjoyed a lot of stuff. The only thing I'm not doing is blitzing for Blob. I don't care. Like, I'll unlock him, you know, but I'm not trying to push myself too hard to unlock a character that, like, is not going to be helpful to me for a very long time. By the time you would even think about using him with Magneto, I will already, you know, I'll have enough other characters to work on that. The one that's interesting is the 10 scientist shards. Hey, what's up, sorry?
But yeah, but you can use him to unlock your Magneto.
No, I can't. How can I do that? How I can't.
Magneto unlock with Brotherhood and.
How am I going to get the extra 130 like blob shards? I'm going to get him to 4-star easily. How am I going to get him to? How am I going to get that 5th star on him? By the time Magneto comes out and he's farmable, I promise I'll have other characters that high.
That's fair.
All right, let me check those offers. If you are buying power cores, this is the correct time to buy, and this is the correct purchase. This is the $20 purchase with free stuff attached to it. No. Definitely not. This is as close to value as these are going to get, but yeah, this orb is worth $10 generously. The fact that they charge $15 for it doesn't matter. Half of a gold orb, half of a mega orb, and nope, get out of here. Get out of here, get out of here with this garbage. Let's get to the cores. I have to scroll, my fingers are breaking. 314 for a gold orb and a training orb. That's probably fine if you got an excess of cores. This is a nope and nope. Hard no. Premium orb and a purple gear raid orb. This one maybe. Nope. Depending on where you are, I don't think 314 shard, like, not for me. Was that on average 3 farms of her node? So if you spend 100 cores refreshing her node and 100 energy to give or 100 times to refresh it, you still have roughly the same chance of pulling those number of shards, and you've only spent 200. I don't think that's there. Yeah, I think that like you could refresh her node and use the like no, not really. If it was like 30, I think the value is like amazing. I would like buy this on the spot. 20 would probably be worth it, but 10 is just not even. 10's not even a sale. Hey Dark, what's up, man? I'm 270 of 300. Yeah, but like, so you're gonna spend 317 cores to be, 280 of 300. Like, what's that gonna save you? 2 days? 3 days? Come on, man. You're already this far of 200. Like, you're already a Blitz Orb or a Mega Orb away. Or not Mega Orb, Ultimus Orb. Yeah, none of these really stand out as high-impact purchases. I guess the Gold Orb one with the Training Orb one is probably the closest to a free-to-play friendly purchase, but is it mildly interesting? No, you're not wrong. I'm spending my gold credits on a 6 red black bolt. Thoughts? I'm expecting their anniversary sales. I am saying, though, if you are willing to spend money in this game, this is the purchase to make. This is you're buying the $20 core pack, which is fine. It's a fine purchase to make as long as you're using them, okay. And then 2 premiums. I don't really think Red Star Orbs have anything, but you get them, so that's cool. 2 Misadventure Orbs, 2 Sinister 6 Orbs, and 1 Massive Mutant Orb. Like, this is a fine purchase. I think this is totally worth $20. I put every orb worth about $2.50 American, so 2, 4, 6. We're already at like, we're already at like $15, and then cores and stuff. Totally worth it. Thoughts? No thoughts. Like, you've made the correct choice. I also noticed they didn't have a super sale Saturday throughout the... Well, that's because they planned that stuff ahead of time. Do you remember? I don't know if you guys remember. Do you remember when... I've said remember 6 times now. I'm sorry, the stroke is setting in. Back in the day, way back when, whenever they gave a compensation, it used to take like a week or two. And then they also, like, if they ever gave cores out or if they ever gave something, they would also make an offer. So a lot of times they'd be like, hey, we're sorry, here's cores for everybody. There was one point where they gave everybody 2,000 cores, and the second everyone got their 2,000 cores, there was a 2,000 core offer that showed up. That was like, look at all these random orbs. Like, they just didn't want people to keep them. They're like, oh, we can't let you save these cores. Because they haven't figured out how to get people. How many of you guys have a stockpile of cores? Even right now, with the Toad event going on. I know a lot of free-to-play and casual spenders who just don't spend cores on anything. I feel like my comment triggered you? Which one? Almost 4K? Yeah, like, it's because cores have no value. It's because, and they don't understand that. They don't understand that it's one thing to price offers financially high, like a $50 character, that Symbiote Spider-Man offer for $50 or $35. Like, that's one thing, but to make cores ineffective, totally different. The best thing they've ever done with cores was that offer during the Hela campaign. I'm sorry, the Heimdall campaign. Best thing they've ever done with cores. Anyway. So, let's check out the raids, right? What is this? We're doing a Gamma 1? Cool. Get me out of this alliance. Someone save me. Someone. I get it. It's a newbie alliance. They're not organized. They're just doing their best. But like, it's killing me when I log in and there's not a U4 running. Heimdall drained me and I'm back up to 4K. Toad isn't draining me as much. I stopped Toad the second I hit 4-star because it was like 5 days left and I knew I couldn't. I knew that I couldn't get a 5-star even if I pulled 6 orbs. I'd have to have like 6 or 7 orbs of 24 drops of him, like, and I was like, that's not gonna happen, so like, I'm not bothering. I look at my free-to-play account, they're doing U6 and Gamma 3. Yeah, Felipe, I would advocate for that. If you guys are watching this in like retrospect, if you're a new player and someone recommended this to you, if you can get carried in an alliance, do that. Like, do it. Like, absolutely. I'm not doing that because I think that would be unfair to you guys watching if I say, yeah, I just put myself in an alliance that's carrying me and giving me tier 4s every day, every war season, and my Stark tech is going well. Like, that's not what the average player experience is going to be, so I want to keep this as close to what an average player experience could be as possible. Keep in mind, I do have a Minerva, and I'm using her in this raid, but she's not even kind of among the highest invested characters I have, because I'm not investing in her right now, because she doesn't do anything in the early game. The Hela offer, I'm enjoying. I can do, obviously this is first of all, this is an X1, so I don't care about it. But the shield minions are a very competent raid team. I've been able to do a lot of nodes with them in U4. Why am I on X2? That's a great question, because I'm dumb. The energy and yeah. That was the best offer they've ever done with cores. It was 175 cores for, like, was it 200? Was it 200 of each? Like, I don't even remember what it was. It was so much. It was so much energy. I was still doing it in case it was needed for a next legendary. Now I know it is not refreshing Toad. I was worried. So I knew that Toad and Blob wouldn't be necessary for a new legendary, because then they would have to specifically say Toad and Blob and whatever else, because there was no combination of tags that those two characters could have. Because there's 2 mutant protectors, right? So they can't do mutant protector, you know? And there's enough mutant controllers that I don't even think you need to have, because Toad's a controller, right? I think so. He's not a brawler. So there's enough mutant controllers that you don't even need them. So, Karnak was a cadence? No, Karnak was a Blitz. The campaign was Crystal. Do you know when the 2x drop rates for Sinister 6 are coming? The event was announced. I'll check. Give me a sec. I will tell you right now when it'll be. Is it not right now? If it's not right now, it'll probably be tomorrow. Tomorrow at reset. They tend to do them like the second or third day after announcement. So the fact that it hasn't happened yet is kind of crazy to me, but... And I'm sorry, I don't know Cyrillic, so I couldn't pronounce your name. Is that Cyrillic? It looks Cyrillic. Remove misfits from everyone else and leave misfits on them. Remove misfits from everyone else and leave misfits on them. Just those two. Yeah. Yeah, make a specialty tag for a legendary. Like, just add a new tag to the game. They should have done that for the Phoenix 5, then. And the villain mystic controllers should all get a tag just called P-Team. Terrible. What? Okay. So, unfortunately... I don't want to leave this alliance, but I don't care. You know, like, I don't care. I just need something. I need some alliance that's doing, like, U4s or U5s. At least I can then progress a little bit. U1s, like, get out of here. Doesn't even help the people who can do it. Like, U1s aren't even more helpful than running a U3 that people click OK on, and then other people beat it. You know, like... 200 number 250 special? Yeah, that's 100% great. Did you post an alliance recruitment? No, I'm not posting an alliance recruitment. I'm not posting. I'm not posting as Tony Scungili in alliance recruitment. I'm not making a new one to do that either. Thanks. Do you feel like Tony streams in different rooms depending on if he's streaming in... What do you mean? No, it's the same room. See? Here's the light. I'll just do this, it'll move. Nothing changes. As for the Toad event, the unfortune of... Not even misfortune. The unfortune of... I've cleared all of these up, right? All of these are cleared, and I cannot progress here. And the investment to progress here is far too much. Far too much. Like, maybe these 3 characters, 1, 2, and 3, are high impact enough to invest in. No, and God, no. Like, no. Let alone the fact that this node, everyone's, like, way stronger. And you don't even get to do this until you're level 58. So I couldn't even do the first one that gives you a free guaranteed shards. Miles, if you get him, works. I'm not going to have Miles in... There's 1 day left in this, bro. Like... I totally would have... I'm totally going to invest in Miles when I get him. He's awesome. I love him. Alright, let's open this premium orb. Let's see. Streamer luck. 1 time. 50 drop. Any character. Sure. Saving these. Let's see what's in the basic orb. And last but not least, the misadventure orb. Miles got me through that node, but 3 stars tempting 2-star. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't had the best RNG when it comes to Blitz orbs, but it's ebb and flow, right? Like I had really good RNG in the first premium, and then I had terrible RNG in my first Mega Orb. Last but kind of not least. I'm just looking forward now. Like, it feels like almost I'm stagnating a little bit, even though the characters are growing and I'm accomplishing more and more tasks. I just feel like most of my day is farming stuff. So, like, farming shards, right? So my first energy is 1, 2, 3, and then, you know, 4 or 4, like, and then everything else is gear. So I'm seeing numbers go up, but at this point... Oh, I'll do a Blitz rotation, actually. I definitely have enough time for that. My first female is 50 Nobu. I'm so sorry. One day the hand rework will come. Not this year, or during our lifetime, or during the time where this game is live, but one day. So, let's see. Let's start from the bottom. Boop. I do like to just test out the bottom teams. These are usually reset teams, but again, all B teams can win, usually in Tier 3. Especially, well, trash teams, eh. But these teams are so weak that I should probably be able to beat most of these teams anyway. I farmed 6 different characters, and I'm 4.5 million TCP. You have 6 characters to farm at 4.5 million? Grats, bro. Grats. I'm on 5.5 million. I'm farming... I'm like almost done with Okoye. And then I only have 3 characters to farm. My Blitz RNG has been weird. I have Mantis halfway to Gamora, but I'm also 25 shards away from a 3-star rescue. I've spread out a little bit, which is kind of cool because it gives me more Blitz teams, which is allowing me to do stuff like this all the time. If you don't know what I'm doing here, I'm button mashing the 1 on my mouse. And 1 is lined up with basic. So I'm basically just auto-basicing the entire fight. Because in the early stages with uninvested characters... if you put like tier 3 abilities, not tier 3 ability materials, just like if you get the ability to rank 3, it's usually stronger than anything else you could be doing on bad characters. My first premium was 45 Luke Cage. Can't get 45. 25, 15, or 50. My Blitz, yeah. Scientist, Falcon, Psylocke, Colossus, America, and Mr. Fantastic. Oh, yeah. Falcon, Psylocke, America, and Mr. Fantastic for me are all 6 stars. I stop farming a character when they're 6 star, unless I need them for something. I farm gear. I bring every single character in my roster up to 5 stars first. Then I bring them up to 6 star if they're part of an impact team. But I never farm a character up to 7 unless, and that unless is they're an unlock. They're, you know, war gods. And Mr. Fantastic, while he is a good character in war, I don't like Reed Richards, and I don't need him at all. Like, he's fine. Oh, here's a loss. How's your blob going? Your primary count? 5.8 mil. Speaking of, thanks for reminding me. I'm gonna do that Blitz rotation too. If you notice me looking down, it's because I have to click auto every couple seconds. Tim, what are you at in Blitz? In Blob Blitz?
Let me look, because I didn't get to use charges yesterday.
Oh no.
I mean, I'll be fine.
Yeah, whatever. That's one extra rotation you have to do. Or charges tomorrow.
It's probably 2 extra rotations, but
Did they
still...
Did they tell us who the Blitz for Monday is? What's up, Dish?
I have to go back and look. Drax's, I remember, and I don't think Blitzes were mentioned in this
Blog post? Okay.
blog post. I'm at 3.8.
Now, I'm ahead of my expected. I was supposed to be at about 4.5. I'm 5.8. So that means that tomorrow I'll be well over 2/3 of the way, like probably 3/4 of the way done. And then I'll blitz like twice on Sunday and hit my 14.5. I also haven't used charges yet for today on this account. I'm gonna do that right now. Thoughts on Rescue being in the villains with Hela? No thoughts. Good. It's a node I could skip. Like, it's a node I don't have to farm because I don't... Like, it's a node I'll farm when I need to 1 year.
Foot dive.
Foot dive it is. It's orb frags for characters that are green or wearing green but not Hulk. No, Hulk was in it last time, wasn't he? Unless they specifically changed it this time. They did mention second Blob Blitz. Yeah, but there's always 2 new characters. That's not new. Where do I think Ghost Rider will go? I don't. I never knew Ghost Rider was going there. I just knew that Ghost Rider was going to be the next character that they add to farmability. It was supposed to be Ghost Rider and then Elsa. So I couldn't have possibly predicted that they're going to move Rescue out of an orb or just add a character that already was farmable to a different place. Like, that's crazy. Why would anyone have assumed that? So you know what's funny? I think they put Rescue on the last node where the last 3 had no restriction to be slightly easier than the earlier trait node. Oh yeah, 100%. Which is crazy because, like, the Black Widow node is so much harder than the fucking Colossus node.
But that means that they can gate Hela behind the difficulty.
That's the point. The Black Widow is a more difficult node and a character no one wants to farm, where Colossus is a character a lot of people wanted to farm, and he's not, you know what I mean?
I think they're doing that as I want to say apology, but I don't know that they understand what that word means.
What are the characters agreeing behind Hulk? Vision, Hela, Gamora, Drax, Hulk, Green Goblin. He's got green in his name.
David Tennant's character, Purple Man.
Purple Man is green.
Don't know.
Let me think. Scientist Supreme, she's green.
Most of the Hydra guys, except for Sniper.
They specifically left Hulk out. Garbage people.
Yeah, but that's
all of the Hydra people except Sniper, who is yellow with green.
They don't want to put Hulk in an orb.
But they've done it multiple times. Yeah.
I thought the Pants of Hulk was the only time Hulk was in an orb.
Nope, Hulk was in the green orb for this. That's how I got my 7-star Hulk. I got my 7-star Hulk from an orb that he was in that wasn't the Pants of Hulk. And there was also a holiday orb he was in. It was last year, St. Patrick's Day, you could get Hulk. I think that specifically gave me my 6-star one, and then I got enough to get a 7-star by the time the Pants... Wasn't Hulk in some Halloween thing? I don't remember that. Maybe. Not last year.
Yeah.
But again, Hulk doesn't matter. Like, did you hear they have to farm the Inhumans to get the new legendary Ebony Maw, as well as you need Black Bolt to unlock him? Did I hear? Yes.
Nobody heard that.
Yes. The thing that I've been saying for a long time was that you will not require a 6-star. I am shocked that they made Black Bolt necessary. I am shocked that this that Ebony Maw specifically is the character they decide to gate behind a legendary. I think that's crazy because Ebony Maw, those kind of characters in other games similar to this tend to not even be good is relative, right? Those characters tend to be like marquee. Like Ebony Maw, dude, no one cares about the Black Order. Only diehard fans.
What Infinity Stone he gives Thanos.
Doesn't matter. None of it matters because it doesn't matter how good the kit is because any character can have any kit. Like that's something people don't like. They can make any character have any kit at any time and it'd be amazing. They could push or nerf any character. Phoenix and Black Bolt is pushed. Black Bolt is an example of a pushed character. If they, for example, if they were going to release Black Bolt as a non-legendary character, guess what? He probably would just lose 2 lines of text off his passive, and they would just take 20% off of all of his stats. That's the difference. Phoenix and like CM is one of the most powerful characters in the game, not legendary, but like if you look at her kit, like it's close enough. Ultron, another like close to legendary, you know? They get to choose that. Look at Shuri. No one Valley Flying made the joke, the legendary Shuri for a reason. Cause like, why is Shuri the legendary? Invisible Woman, people are gonna make the argument that like, well, she's the most powerful of them. Cool. But also, when I think the Fantastic Four, first of all, she's not the most powerful member of the Fantastic Four. That's Franklin Richards. And second of all, I guess she's the mother of Franklin Richards, so you know. But like, she's being the most powerful she's not the marquee character. Like Sinister is maybe the most powerful character in the Marauder, and he's not. And he's great. He's a phenomenal all-around character, but he's not legendary, you know? It's just crazy. But when you think the Fantastic Four, truly, I don't think you think Invisible Woman first. When you start naming off who the characters are, you probably start with either Reed or Thing. You go like Fantastic Four, that's Thing's team, right? Or like, oh, Reed Richards, that garbage bag. Sure, it was legendary because Black Panther was already out.
Fantastic Four actors, isn't it Jessica Alba first?
If he kills someone, they revive, but they wanted them on a legendary. Ghost Rider should have if he kills. Yeah. Like, Shuri was a legendary because Black Panther was there. You don't know that. You could speculate that, but you don't know that. And Shuri's kit is legendary. Like, Shuri's awesome. Invisible Woman is awesome. Most of the legendaries, actually, now I'd say pretty much all of the legendaries, except I don't think Nick Fury is legendary anymore. I don't think he feels legendary. I think power creep has hit him, and I think that's why he needs to take the retirement home like Iron Man. But it's interesting. Maybe they put Black Bolt as a Black Order to tout as an arena team. So maybe they just shake up the meta in arena. The only thing that shakes up the meta in the arena are red stars. Like right now, my arena team on my main account is Black Bolt, Ultron, Phoenix, Invisible Woman, and Sinister. And I'm like, cool, we're good. Iron Man? Yeah. Unless he's really crucial for DD3 for his summons, then I agree with Fury. He's not. He's not crucial for DD3. Can confirm. I don't know. I think Nick Fury, he was good for DD2. I think he just got outscaled. Nothing against him. He's still a great character, and he's part of a really good team. The Shield minions are still a great team. They just aren't the new hotness anymore. And you know, you gotta be like, well, of course, teams shouldn't always be amazing. There needs to be some level of growth. But I don't know. Like, how good... Obviously, like, let's be clear, it could have been anyone. It could have been Proxima Midnight. It could have been a new version of Thanos. They could have added, like, Spider-Man, how Spider-Man has 15 characters. They could have done, I can tell you what his idea, taking Shield Medic and Shield Trooper. Trevor, we were talking, and OMG was like, I just want to get in. I don't care what it takes. Remen did the same thing, too. Remen brought in Shield Trooper because, like, in Tim's words, not mine, where else are you going to put... what's it called gear on? Skill gear. And I'm like, you ain't wrong. Like, you ain't wrong. Like, Killmonger. Like, that's it. New energy drink. There's just a giant wall of them right here that you can't see, and I just reach and grab a new energy drink every time. They should have 6 Yeah, that's what I want them to code in. Also, why are they adding 4 characters to give him a full stone kit? Who has 2? How many characters there are rocking 2 stones? That's my question. Ebony Maw has 3 and everyone else has 1. Right? They could have made Corvus legendary, so you can't kill him.
Which stones did they grab or bring him in the movies? Does anyone remember?
Ebony Maw brought him. Actually, to be fair, none of them brought him any. Ebony Maw handed him the one from they handed him the
Mind Stone.
The Mind Stone, because he got the Power Stone himself. He handed him not the Mind Stone, the Tesseract, whichever one that was, the Space Stone. And then every other one failed to... Like, Thanos literally grabbed them all himself. He got the Reality Stone from messing up the Collector. He got the Time Stone from Doctor Strange because of a bargain. And Doctor Strange loves to bargain. And then he picked off... He literally ripped the Mind Stone off of Vision's head. And the Soul Stone he murdered his daughter for. So, Space Stone, yeah. So, that's the point. Why are they making a character legendary? It doesn't matter. You can make any character legendary. Any character can be legendary. So that's the point they've shown. It doesn't make a difference. I might as well spend some of these charges. It's not like they're doing anything for me. It could be... Any character has the potential of being a legendary character in the game. It just feels weird that, Ebony Maw, doesn't matter how good he is the named character that they're going to sell. And let's compare it to, Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. The characters that you require to unlock, that you require legendaries to unlock, are, named characters that Commander Luke Skywalker. Because they still don't have Luke Skywalker with the lightsaber. Well... They don't have Jedi Knight Luke. I'm sad they didn't rework Nebula for one of them. Are they a raid team? What's the Black Order's role? They're not going to be a raid team. They're going to be a war team. They're going to be a war team, and then the counter... I thought the Black Order was going to be used to counter the Eternals, because my information was very similar to how... You know how the Asgardians were used to unlock the Inhumans, and the Inhumans... can beat the Asgardians. That is a fight. You do require a little bit of an... the Asgardians are way better for cheaper than the Inhumans are into them without having a little bit of investment, but the Inhumans can easily beat the Asgardians. It's with Black Bolt. As a full team, they do perform adequately against those characters based on the ability of them to just ignore taunts and go straight into Thor or stuff. So to my they're not going to be an arena team. They're never going to release an arena team. They're never going to do it. They never have. Previously, I liked it better when the legendary set the tone for the arena, but Black Bolt didn't set the tone for... It's all about arena defense. Offense, the truth is every team is beatable if you have the options. Way back when Magneto came out, right? So Magneto came out, and the players who invested to get Magneto, or spent money, whatever it took, to get him on first pass, they were the top of the arena shard, and it was fighting among those people. And then there was a break of the players who could beat them. There were players who knew how to beat them. And then there wasn't arena. They weren't built. I have no clue how BO will be an arena Apex team if not full Inhuman team. Well, there's no full team that's an Apex team. But also it depends on what your arena is. Right now, my roommate Matt, he started playing in December, January, and the number one whale on his shard bought the Asgardians. So guess what? Ain't no players beating the Asgardians that early, no matter how strong they are. You know what I mean? Phoenix is the arena team. That will never change. But that's not true. That's not true at all. The hardest fight, you guys saw me, the hardest fight I ever did didn't have a Phoenix on it. It was the 110k. Arena meta is red stars. It's key characters with red stars. Time to prepare for Thanos. Overwhelming set to dominate arena. Yeah, but they said the X-Men dominate arena, and they didn't.
And X-Men.
No, yeah, and X-Men. Ultra. The arena team is whoever has the highest powered characters. They're not an arena, like, first of all, let me tell you how Black Bolt works right now. I don't even respect Black Bolt by taking Ultron out anymore. Seriously, I don't even take Ultron out when I see a Black Bolt on defense anymore, because I just go, oh, he's not going to kill my Ultron, and if he does, it doesn't matter. I'm going to have 2 Phoenixes, because I have a Sinister, and that's all. Like, Sinister is beating Arena for me. The fact that I have things around them, like the fact that I use IW to counter Phoenix, is a separate conversation. The fact that I have my own Phoenix as a backup Phoenix to the Phoenix I summon with Sinister, the fact that I use Black Bolt, that's all come in. And you know what? Sometimes I lose a fight and I go in and I make like one change and then I beat the fight. So it's about having a good and solid defense. For the longest time, people were like, look at my defense. I have Colossus and Cyclops. Like recently, like here's Colossus, Cyclops, and Phoenix. And I'm like, okay, but I'm just going to one-shot Cyclops with Ultron. Like 100% of the time, every time. I'm not going to kill Cyclops. I'm just going to wait for Ultron to take his turn. No one's going to taunt by them. Kill Cyclops. Fight's over. IW counters Black Bolt passive on your ult. Yes. Wish I could find a good one to keep me in top 50. Yeah, Mr. Sinister is OP. 2 Phoenix is mad OP. Oh, there's a clip on my Twitch channel of me having like 3 Phoenixes. I'm trying to have an arena fight where I have multiple Phoenixes. The problem is, like, I'm in top, like, 20 of my arena, and we're constantly, like, bouncing around top 10, top, you know, like, we're all just being crazy. So, why did I choose this fight? I'm gonna lose so hard. So hard. This is gonna suck. Yeah, the problem with arena is it's becomes, as you get higher and higher, as your TCP goes up and as the shard evolves towards its end game, your arena is no longer about which team you have, it's about which marquee characters you can beat. And more importantly, when you can beat them. Because my arena defense, like, I'm beating teams that are like 400k with like 330k teams. You know, like I'm punching up 70 or 80k all the time. That's fine. What I'm not doing is holding on defense because everything is beatable. And that's where I kind of liked it back with Magneto, because the only people who were beating the people who had Brotherhood, remember, Magneto came out and no one used the full Brotherhood on defense. Some people did. They were wrong and bad. What you used was like weird hybrid teams. Like there was a point when you used Nick Fury on the Brotherhood to give them offense up so that Juggernaut's charge did more damage. There was a point when you used Drax to make sure that when Magneto pulled, Pyro was safe. There were so many different tiny little meta changes that you had to counter based on the team that it made Arena fun and lively. It wasn't just a matter of who has a 7 red star Captain Marvel, you know. And now I'm going into fights where I see 120k CM. Like, I hope she doesn't hit the one character I need to stay alive. Like, hit Phoenix, please. Hit Sinister. He'll survive it, you know. I think Blitz numbers are gonna be bad for Red Skull. Imagine the Black Order Blitz tune. I don't think it's going to be bad for Red Skull. I think Red Skull is probably going to be the first 15 million character. I think it's going to be about 15 million is like the low expectation. I think you're going to get 15 to 16 million. I think Blob 14 mil is totally reasonable. 14.5 for safety. I think 13.5 is probably what Blob's going to be. But like 14 mil, you're probably safe. I use Blackbeard, Ultron, CM, and Yo-Yo. I don't use Yo-Yo because Yo-Yo's... At my arena shard, Yo-Yo just gets resisted all the time. Like, her offense up doesn't do anything. Also, when I see defenses with Yo-Yo, I just kill her. Or I just kill Black Bolt. You know, like, I don't really worry about them. And not every fight is guaranteed 100%. Like, sometimes I'm cocky or I'm arrogant, and I just click auto, and I'm like, oh no, you got me. But it's still way closer than I had any business to be clicking auto in arena. What I will say, though, is if they make I want the idea of being like, hey, Phoenix broke the game. That's the truth. That's the truth that a lot of people don't want to hear. Phoenix broke the game. Ever since Phoenix came out, the arena has been useless. Because even if you're not using Phoenix on defense, you use her on offense, and that's usually strong enough to beat whatever you're doing. And red stars don't matter on Phoenix. It's crazy, but it's true. Red stars do not... Oh my god, I lost. Good timing on that, though. Like, as a matter of fact, the higher your red stars on your Phoenix, guess what? I'm not killing her. Because the trick to beating Phoenix is kill Phoenix last. The only time you kill Phoenix first is if you're styling on. I do that all the time, because it's funny. But, like, you just kill Phoenix last. So then you just go through the idiots. You kill, like, the Invisible Womans and the Colossus. Dude, sometimes I kill Colossus first. I'm just like, get him out of the way. And then I just don't care because the rest of the fight doesn't matter. And again, I know I'm speaking at a different level, but at the time it was an issue of challenging. For example, when Ultron was around, if you had a Doctor Strange and a Miles, you could beat an Ultron team. Just those two characters, beat an Ultron team. You'd still probably use, like, Magneto, Juggernaut, and, like, Pyro or something. But, like, Magneto, Juggernaut, Pyro, and then, like, Miles and Doctor Strange beat every team that had Ultron on it. Just that team. It was crazy. Once Phoenix came in, it was like, do you have a Phoenix? Well, maybe you'll be able to beat... I've beaten Phoenix Ultron teams. I have clips of it all the time on YouTube. I've beaten them without that, but it doesn't matter because on the swing back, you've lost. And that doesn't create... That creates 50-50 booking if you're a wrestling fan, and 50-50 booking is for nobody. Oh, wait. Stop. I'm doing this so I can still claim some more Blitz credits and stuff. Ah. I could probably beat this fight. Like I said, I might as well spend these charges. It's not like they're going anywhere, and I want the Blitz credits more than I want the blob shards, you know? And as a free-to-play player, that's why I try to tell them, like, don't worry about getting Phoenix early. Don't worry about Arena. And I mean it. Like, a lot of people say, like, you're crazy. What do you think Disney will announce Black Widow movie delay? Oh, we got soon. Soon, bro. Soon. They're not going to let their numbers take a chance. They'll announce the movie delay when it's about 3 weeks from live. And it's supposed to go live on May, what? May 3rd? A new character coming to Blitz Store? Yes. Which character? I don't know. I won't lie. Who is the Dark Witch? That's a great question. What are you talking about? It's your second account? This is my free-to-play account, yep. This is the 100% free-to-play account. That's impressive. She's been mentioned in the advice. Who's the Dark Witch? Hela? Hela's the Dark Witch. But they tend to say something like, how do you find time to play 2 accounts? I don't. I only play this account. First of all, I play like 15 games. So, like, that's it. And how do I find time? I work from home. I'm in front of my computer all day, every day. Very infrequently do I have to go out. Let's try this team. Get a nice round 400. 97 Blitz orbs, I'm ready for something. Don't know what, but I'm ready. Nice, Brax. Yeah. I don't know. That's why I've been saving my Blitz orbs, too. I was like, I know a character's going into the Blitz store, and now that Rescue has been removed, now that they've announced Rescue, I would not be surprised if they replace her as the specialty drop with, like, Elsa or Ghost Rider. And if I had to be clear, based on the fact that Rescue was necessary but not exciting, it'd probably be Elsa. Are you a full-time streamer, or do I have another job as well? I'm not a full-time streamer. I have 2 jobs. I am a part-time IT project manager, of which I've ended my most recent contract in February. So I am trying to take streaming a little bit more seriously than I have been, and content creation in general. And I also work for a bank where I do construction inspections. That's more of a couple of times, like maybe 3 or 4 times a month deal. I poop orbs, but I have 135 credits. Yeah, but like pop orbs. Like I'll still open orbs even though I don't have any faith in them mattering. You're dead. You're dead. Joke's on you. You're dead. Do you get good deals on hardware through connections? What hardware? IT project manager and streaming, all 3 completely unrelated stuff. Well, so I live in New Jersey and my last name is Sanzari. So the construction thing is more of a family thing that I've been doing for my entire life. IT project manager, that's where my degrees come in, and streaming is just fun. Hard drives, NAS, RAM. Do I have connections for that stuff? No, but like I know how to bargain shop on like prices like Newegg. Working for a bank, construction? No, I don't work construction. My experience in construction allows me to do something called sale inspection, which is when you get a bank loan to do a contracting job. They don't give you, like, if you get a loan for $2 million for a project, they don't just give you $2 million, because I would be like, yo, I'm doing this project, give me $2 million, and then gone with $2 million. They give you it in parts, and you have to show that you've used the previous money before they allocate the next one. So my job is to go in and show the bank your investment's safe, they're using the money, you can give it out. Bada Bing is actually not called Bada Bing. Bada Bing is about 4 miles that way from where I live. Program managers have nothing to do with hardware procurement. Project managers, yeah. Basically, so I worked as the director of IT for a multinational NGO for about 4 or 5 years, and I got tired of it. I got tired of all of it. So I stopped doing it, and I started working. I was like, wow, I have all of these contacts from like Fortune 500 companies. I'm just going to do project management for them. And then once you do project management for like Google and like Bloomberg, like once you do those, then you can go to any company and be like, by the way, here's where I worked last. And they're like, oh yeah, okay, cool. As a rule, my job is I don't show up unless you mess something up dramatically. Like, and that's why I don't, like, that's why I prefer to work from home too. Because people are like, well, when can you come into the office? I'm like, well, considering the fact that you're in California and I'm in New Jersey, I'm willing to bet I'm not going to. And then I'll say something snarky like, listen, if being in the office would like increase productivity, then, you know, like you wouldn't need me. As a matter of fact, I'm afraid if I go to your office, I'll be worse. Latest war started, only one person in the Alliance. Hello, Shell Alliance. Might be a dumb question. Will you briefly say what the difference between a program, project, and product manager roles are? Yes. Project manager. So a program tends to be a very long-term issue. Program managers you tend to see in broadcasting or game development. And it decides the overall scope of what's happening within the mission statement of the business. So a program manager for YouTube, like if I had a program manager, it would be, these are the events, these are the days, these are the calendars, these are the most important topics. Let's make sure we're hitting things and going on. And at the company, I had a program manager for our live streams in that company, the one I worked at NGO, and his job was to make sure that the events were set up and approved with the proper guests and everything, where a product manager is exactly what it sounds like. Their job is to make sure that a physical good, not necessarily a service, exists to a standard that the company would like to attain. And a project manager is literally anyone who comes in because the people who are employed at their job can't do their job. If I'm at your job, you have failed your job. That's why project managers are... They're also assholes. Because we know that we wouldn't be called in... Because you wouldn't be coming to me and paying me $75 an hour to a minimum of 15 hours a week. So, like, if you call me once, it doesn't matter. You're paying me 15 hours a week at least. So you might as well get your 15 hours, you know? Like, you wouldn't be paying me this much money if things were going well. So we come across as a little arrogant. Not a problem. What do we have? So, I think here's... So, how do you manage people when you're not their manager as a project manager? You can't manage people. You can't manage people. People are unmanageable. We're an unruly lot. The easiest way to manage... you manage a project. You don't refer to people. You refer to project responsibilities. So, like, I would be the project manager. We would have project lead. We'd have project contributors. We'd have things like that. So I wouldn't refer to Steve. Let's see. Who's in stream right now? Yeah. JT. Dark. You guys are from my regular stream anyway. So, like, we'll use JT and Dark. I would... Like, JT would be the project leader. He would be responsible for Dark's returns. He would allocate responsibilities. It all falls on him. I would make sure that everyone is placed with the... I would make sure that the responsibilities are clear and the responsibilities are placed where I believe them to be the best suited. At that point, deliverables will be reached every time we touch base, and if someone misses a deliverable, or if a deliverable has a delay, we'll report and we'll address it. Finally finished Dark Tech. Nice. Hey, Dark. Yeah. So, like, if Dark fails, JT fails. And if JT fails, I have to get involved. And I'll go, JT, why did Dark not do this? And he goes, well, Dark didn't do this. Right? I'm like, okay, then you're the project leader. Move him to some, like, replace him. Replace him in the project with somebody else. Or, like, notify me that he's not doing his job so that when the people who hire me ask me what's going on behind, I could be like, well, Dark didn't do this, as according to JT, so that you have an employee who's not performing, do what you want with that information. Congrats, man. Now that you've finished Dark Tech, I just have this giant pool of materials coming in all the time. So what do I want to do, right? So let's see what this next week... So we're going to be at the 1 month point, right? I believe that tomorrow... I mean, I'm pretty confident that tomorrow I'll be at 51. So I said I'd probably be between 51 and 52 last time I streamed. Now it's one day earlier because it was Saturday. I think that I will be very close to, like, 60. I think that... Let's see. If I'm 51 tomorrow... No, I'll be 55 next week. That's easy. I can easily say I'll be 55 next week. Again, I don't need to do much in this game as a new player. You just hit your blitzes and make sure you're progressing in your raids. Honestly, it doesn't take too long. I'm not worried about too many blob shards, so that's not taking up too much time. Which character should I work on? Gru is pretty okay right now. He doesn't need to be that strong. Drax is also okay right now. He's just an idiot that sits there and does idiot things. I think you can justify getting leaning into Yondu up until, like, gear tier 9 or 10. And then you could just leave him on the dumpster. You can leave him on the cutting room floor. Like, it's not going to matter. So I think I'm supposed to be investing in the 3 big characters, these 3. In case you guys are wondering, when you do go early and you skip the defenders, the shield characters are incredibly adequate at doing what the defenders do at every stage. They can beat the defenders in arena relatively easily. And obviously, as you scale, they scale. So as your crit goes up, you become more reliable, even when their characters like Punisher and Iron Fist are healing more. I don't know how you find the motivation to play such a low-level account when you already got a taste of high-level gameplay, because high-level gameplay is boring. Because this game does not have an endgame. That's why. Because I took an entire week off this game on my main account. Because I can't grow. That's one of the issues with this game, is that, hey, Gizmo, there's no growth at the top. Growth is gated behind RNG completely. So a new character comes out, great, my roster's going to go up 40k points. That's it, because I'm going to get a character to 40k. That's what's gonna happen. This blob that's coming out while I'm doing this blitz rotation on my phone. Sorry, I have to do another rotation. This blob that's coming out, like, that's gonna be a 40k character added to my roster. So now every new character that comes out, 40k, no spending. And then, if you don't want level gameplay, we can switch account for weeks. I have level gameplay. It's a little bit more interactive because there's more exciting things that can happen in the early game. And the worst thing about it is that there's time slots. Growth can still be in terms of optimizing your war offense and defense. No, we're already done with 8-strong defense. 8-strong defense? I have an entire war series dedicated to how I do war. I have 12 attack teams. I have 4 defense teams, and the other 4 teams are just 200k random teams. Do you feel lucky that you have Minerva already? Yes and no. The fact that I have Minerva now means that's one thing I don't have to worry about in the future, right? Like, getting an early Minerva is phenomenal, because I know that when it comes time to Dark Dimension 2, I at least have the character. That's it. So maybe she will be 2-star, but she'll be gear tier 13. You know what I mean? I don't have to remove the idea of Minerva from my concept. That said, she is completely useless in the early game. The only thing I can tell you she is 100% done for me at all is turned 2 stars into 3 stars. That's all she's done. Fights that I wouldn't have 2-starred, I 3-starred. What about U6? I mean, you don't need Minerva for U6. It'll be cool, but you don't need her. You could just use the full Guardians team and the Shield team can do every node in U6. It's just Minerva makes it easier. 12 strong offense teams, do you feel the need to carry your alliance? Most times we full clear by 9th or 10th energy drop? No. There's just no reason to have more than 4 teams on defense.
9th or 10th energy drop. Does that count? Are you counting the purchases early?
Yeah, there is no 10th energy drop.
There's no 9th energy drop.
Yeah. There's only 8 energy drops. Yeah. But like, yeah, with 4 full refreshes. Oh, if you're refreshing 4 times at the beginning of every war, like, we don't do that. There's no reason to. We're gold 3 and we stay in gold 3. No reason to progress. There's no difference. We alternate. Like, some seasons we're hardcore top 100. Like, you'll always find us. We're always in the top 100 of the war thing. We just change our names all the time because it's hilarious. We mandate 4 refreshes every war? Yeah, we're not doing that. I'm not making people spend money in this game. I'm not making people spend money in war. No. I'm not doing that. None of us are doing that. Yeah. If it was reasonable to be that, like, if you spend all of your blitz charges between wars, you had enough to do that, I'd be like, yeah, that's totally fine. Like, yeah, no, totally. It's not reasonable to do that. It's a cost. I refuse to make people spend money because it doesn't increase competition. You're not more competitive if you spend money. It's a trap. Like, you're being trapped. You were tricked. You were bamboozled. You were hornswoggled. I talk to Remen about it all the time. I go, like, you're being hornswoggled again. Like, you know that, right? It's the only way to beat them because they're spending. But, okay. 8 wins by every member, full clear. Why not beef up the defense with teams that you never end up using on offense? Oh, because I do like to do, because I personally I like to have an answer to every problem. So I can do, first of all, 8 wins by every member results in a full clear, assumes that every single member is going to have 8 wins. There are teams that are just better to 2-tap. There are fights that are strange. Some people don't deliver justice. You know, things happen. So, like, for example, my Kree team, I have that on offense to clean up after, like CMs that are left up. I just use my Kree team. I don't even think about it. I don't care about punch-ups and punch-downs. Doesn't matter. None of that matters. Oh, yep. I never have to go back to the well to do a war fight. I'm always like, my war teams, the BKT. And again, this is not everybody. This is me. We have people who are specifically designed to make, like, crazy war defenses in high impact rooms that are buffed properly. So, like, you're not going to see any person with a Wakandan on defense unless they're in a room buffed by security. Because I want that Wakandan aggressive speed so that they can take advantage of the defense down. But we'll say that's 4 rooms, right? We have about 4 rooms that we defend very well, and then like who cares? It's the concept of people who are like MVP matters in war. Like no, it doesn't. If MVP mattered in war, they wouldn't give it to the loser. What's up, Benji? Look, if you got MVP in a war loss, like, congratulations. First place loser. You were the best of the losers. Like I said, we set out a long time ago we wanted to make between 500 and 600 tier 4 ability materials a month, and we hit that easily every month. Like, as an alliance. So, like, whatever. The rest is whatever. What are you drinking? Quake energy drink. You can tell because it's yellow. What are you talking about, Benji? There are plenty other places besides first. Second place? Third place? Even 4th place, man. Who told you that? MVP at all, but forcing losses by opponents is what helps you full clear quicker than them. Again, I'm used to top 10. Maybe it's very different in top 100. Yeah. Oh, I'm well aware of what it's like in top 10. I know firsthand. My conversations with Fates and Dismal tell me that. Like I know exactly what those fights at the top level are. I've seen them. Remen has given me videos of those fights. I'm like, cool. I understand. That's just not the kind of game I want to play. And it's different because it has to be done. Hard to know because of the green screen? No, I know. I'm aware. What else? So, I know the problem with her is I want to put... Oh, yeah, no, I'm definitely doing this. Never mind. Let's get an extra 30% crit right now. That's questionable. So, 4K... My alliance doesn't even push War, Gold 2. It's because War sucks. War could be so great. Dude, one of my friends was like, yo, how do I start shelling? I'm like, I'm not gonna tell you. I don't care if you do, but I'm not gonna be the person that helps you. Like, I don't like it. It's a respect thing. I think it's disrespectful to shell. But again, that's Tony, like opinion Tony talking. You double down, right? You move curious. How would you design War if you were in charge of it? Oh, you get 8 attacks. That's how I would design War. You get 8 attacks. Anything you spend money on, your attacks go up. That's how I would design War. Can't do that. Can't do that, Benji. YouTube. I saw you, but I can't do that. Curious how... Yeah. How would a shelling... I'm not talking about it. Shelling is a problem. Remember always say we watch all PBVs? Any suggestion to watch? No Mercy 2002? 2008, sorry. No Mercy 2008. Yeah, I would be... You have 8 War attacks. That's how I would fix War. That's one of the things I would do to make War better. I would be like, you have 8 attacks, that's it. From Reddit, they said they're going to change some things to fix shelling. No, they're going to change some things and hope they fix shelling. But let's not be confused. Foxnext has been this blog post... Good job, Foxnext. This blog post is a roadmap blog post. If we keep getting these, so many things are going to be better. So many things. If they keep telling the community, they don't have to give specifics out. They don't have to be like, hey guys, you have 9 months to prepare for this event. Because there is something to be like short-term excitement. There will incentivize spending. What are your thoughts on the fixes of shelling? It's better than nothing, but it could have done more. The fixes to shelling is to... I didn't know what their fixes are, but the fixing to shelling is... I gave the fixes, no one wants it. The fixing to shelling is simple. You don't allow a team who wins to get points equal to their power. You allow...
They're fixing shelling.
Huh?
They're changing... They're now reducing the number of points you get from your TCP...
To your opponents? What I've said?
Multiplier based off of your...
War season?
No, your ranking. Which means when you shell...
Because you're gold 4, you're getting less points.
No, your gold... Yeah, your gold 4 is going to get less points than gold 1.
Like, silver 4 is going to get nothing.
Your TCP.
Sure.
And as long as you don't let your alliance drop more than a rank, it's not going to matter.
Yeah, that doesn't fix anything.
Right.
That fixes nothing because the point of... Like, it doesn't fix anything. The solution that no one wants is simple. The solution is you receive the points for a win equal to the people you beat. That's the solution. And then Fates, when I was talking with Fates about it, he was like, yeah, but that's going to... Like, the strongest alliances aren't going to get that many points, and then other people will be stronger than them. Like, yeah. Yeah. That's exactly it. Because, like, get good. Like, balance your alliance out.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. I don't... Other people tell me stuff. I don't read. I can't read. It's actually a well-known fact.
He plays 15 games at a time. He doesn't have time to read.
I thought you got points based on your War League. No. War League has no bearing on points at all. You get points equal to 10% or 1%. I always forget what the... I think it's 1%. 1% of your TCP. So, like, if you're 100 million TCP as an alliance, you're going to get, like, what, 10,000? Or 1,000 extra points? Yeah, 10,000. 10,000 extra.
Plus the points you get for your win. So if
yeah.
you full clear and you win, you get, what is that?
Wow, I never would have thought you don't like reading. It's a meme. It's a joke. Trust me. As far as their proposed solution, no. Oh, yeah, with their proposed solution, yeah, that's fine. The problem is, let's be clear here. When you shell, you are going 6-4-6. You are getting your War Season rating and the tier 4s you get for it will never be so dramatically reduced that that's the issue. Like, it'll never happen. Six for six getting, even if you're getting, if you're 140 million TCP and you're getting 14,000 extra points per win versus like someone who's getting more, like, it doesn't, they're changing tier 4 distribution while attaching some of them to league rank rather than season rank, which they should have done to begin with. Like, why have rankings if they have no bearing in anything? Why do they introduce rankings that have no bearing in MMR? And why is their matchmaking still atrocious? Why do they spend 2 hours doing matchmaking in War and still pair people? Like, I don't know what to tell you. It's War match. I can't edit my teams for 2 hours before a war starts, and then as a result, I mean, we're fine. We fight. We're fine. We never fight that crazy fights. But like, I know of other players who are like 2 hours, right? They wait for War Season and then they start up and they're fighting like 11 million higher, and 11 million means a lot different things at a lot different TCPs. If you're 50 million and someone's 60 million, the average TCP is 2.5. So that person functionally has 4 or 5 extra players versus yours. Nope. MMR is supposed to put you at parity because it's not a 1v1 MMR system. It's a 24v24 MMR system. I don't know. Do I think that I don't think it's going to solve the problem. In the same way, I don't think when the Red Star rework came out, I told everybody, like, that's not going to solve the Red Star problem. And when the Blitz came out, I showed up on Casino Stream and said, this does not solve the Blitz issue. This doesn't make Blitz easier for anybody. And everyone said the same thing. More shards are better. I'm like, no, the only shard that matters is the one that unlocks your next character. And then they did then correct it and give you shards for top 1 to 2% that did make it worth it, and that I stand by. That's really cool. What does MMR stand? Mismatch rate, matchmaking rank or rating. I think Daredevil unlock threshold any better for early players? I think it's probably fine if you're still working on defenders. I'm trying to run the numbers as to whether or not it's worth it to unlock Daredevil, and it's about 10 days. So it's 10 days after your first arena payout that you can unlock Daredevil. Because your first arena payout, you're not getting enough to buy him, even with the free 250. You know, like, you're not getting enough to buy him. So it's going to be about 10 days to get 45 shards in a vacuum. So I don't know what that. Elo, yeah. MMR is Elo. Hey Tony, I told Casino yesterday. I told Casino yesterday. I didn't even read that.
I believe it said he told Casino yesterday, Two-Face, that you don't buy red stars, which it doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, I didn't understand that. It was retracted though, so like I didn't do anything. My matchmate's working in Defenders to tier 14. I mean, let's be clear. The people who are doing the final nodes are doing it with 3 characters because those city nodes are apparently relatively easy, which is great. Do you think they should continue to drop new characters or fix older teams first? New characters every time. New characters every time. New characters are awesome. I like new characters. I've never had a problem with new characters. As a matter of fact, I've gone on record multiple times as a free-to-play or as a main character. Like, give me 20 characters a month. I don't care. Just my rule and what I think that would be best for them and the game as a whole, not just for me, I don't care, but for the game as a whole, is when you add a new character, a previously, like the day you say, like, here's the offer for Toad, the day that happens, the same message says, as a result, X has been placed in X store, whatever, or X node, or whatever. Because every time a new character becomes available, a character that previously wasn't should be available. And this way, there's a perfect flow. So if you have a month with 5 characters coming out, that means that 5 previously unavailable characters become available. And then if you have a month with 3, it stays balanced the entire time. You can always have a small backlog of 30 to 60 days of characters not being farmable. It'll always flow through everything. What is their incentive to have a perfectly defined cadence? To make a game worth playing. People have a very common misconception regarding how businesses make money. Businesses make money by having people, by having customers and clients. Their incentive to having a perfectly defined cadence is to make people enjoy the game and tell people about it. They have been averaging, for a very long time, 500,000 active player accounts. More people are leaving than starting, and more people who start the game don't play. Told Casino yesterday to get you on Don't Buy Red Stars. Oh, we already are. Oh, spoilers, guys. Tony, my free-to-play account is going to be, not the next one, but one of the Don't Buy Red Stars me and Casino are going to do together on my free-to-play account. Rescue Liam.
Somebody asked you about 7-9. Villain 7-9, which is the
Yeah.
rescue now.
Rescue. Yeah. What would you ask?
They asked what you thought about it.
It's crazy. Yeah, like, cool. Like, a character I don't have to farm is going into a node I'm not going to have to do. Like, and I wouldn't. And by the way, that's not just me. I wouldn't recommend anyone farming rescue. Like, there's probably better thing. Like unlocking her, maybe getting her up to like 4 or 5 stars. I dig. But like that last 500 shards, like, nah, get out of here. Ebony Maw will be a legendary. Yeah, Ebony Maw will be a 5-star unlock legendary. The fact that he needs. I'm from Jersey. I'm from Newark. Nice, man. I'm right around the corner from you. Ebony Maw will require 5-star Inhumans. What's crazy to me, because I knew it was never 6. What's crazy to me is 2 things. From my prediction video, right? We go back to the video I released in January, my predictions of 2020, predictions in quotes, because come on. Was I thought this was going to be July. I thought that this entire event was going to take place about July, and it seems to be taking place in May, which is 2 months earlier. Also, I didn't know if there was going to be a legendary between them, but I knew that, like, there was a legendary tagged in, and as a result of that legendary, there would be one for the Eternals. So maybe that makes sense because they want to have the legendary team come out, and then the Eternal, like the Black Knight, who I believe to be the legendary for the Eternals, is going to be balanced out. They have many studies that content players spend less than frustrated players. They have many studies that show that content players spend less than frustrated players. Yes. How many of those studies also show that while most players are spending agnostic, players who are frustrated, while they may spend more or less at the time, also will immediately leave to another game. And it's why when I'm talking with current companies now about like games they're coming out with, first of all, let's be clear about one thing and one thing only. Numbers don't lie, people lie about numbers. That's it. That's the number one rule. So I can say anything with any number. The same reason why right now there's a whole bunch of people who think that Foxnext had their best month ever in February. That statement is not true. No one has that information except Foxnext. Yeah. Lies, damn lies. Liars, damn liars, and statisticians are the three kinds of liars in the world. Yeah, Black Knight and plus Kid Harington, yeah. So, frustrated player... The problem is, and this is true, players are price agnostic. The people who discuss the value of offers, as a free-to-play account, this is totally relevant. Players are price agnostic. The people who are going to spend money don't care about how much it costs. Either they're going to buy it or they don't. That's it. Period. Fight's over. For a long time, I was price agnostic. That's why I'm 20k into this game. A little bit less, like 18k. Do you mean the revenue estimates were grossly off? I mean that the February sales numbers are not correct. Yeah. Statistics don't lie. People lie about statistics. Who's the most important part of Shield Minions? Security and medic. Equal parts. I bought 2 Karnak offers today to get everyone a 5-star. Yeah. The Black Bolt one really irks me. But let's be clear. I've said you seem very confident when you say that, insider info. Oh, you don't know me, do you? You just don't know who I am. That's the only explanation. Like, oh, this is some guy I found. Welcome to the cult of Scungili. Yes. I do have some information. No, I don't. New to your con? Yeah. No, I've been in this industry for 10 years or so, and in the game development industry, I used to be a pace car and a developer for another game. That's not fair. I'm probably about 70% accurate in most of the things I say. I do try to be very clear when I say the difference between a prediction and an assessment. I was the one who told Dismal it's not going to be a 6-star. Like when we were talking about POH stuff in the Fix MSF chat, I'd be like, dude, it's not going to be a 6-star character to unlock Ebony Maw 100%. Like it's not. I know that. Confirmed. Truth, I've given you a roster review? Have you not gotten a roster review from me before? I thought I did. Yes. I'm on the list, yeah, that's right. Yeah, so I have a lot of information about the inner site. Like, for example, I could tell you certain things. Would you care to know how Minerva happened? If you don't know how Minerva came to be, Seismic Games left in February of last year. January, the guy who finalized Minerva deleted the line of code that put a cap on her ability. Lo and behold, Minerva went from good character to absolutely broken and mandatory character for Dark Dimension. No, not 6-star unlock. Tona said 6-star in humans for Cyclops. Yeah. How do I know that? I got a text message saying this is going to be funny. And if you don't truly know who I am, that means you haven't been watching Casino. Because as long as Casino has been doing content creation, I was the voice in the background. He actually told me to start streaming, so I started streaming. New accounts getting Captain Marvel early is nice. I don't think it's just new accounts. I think it's everybody is getting 100. But, like, yeah, new players getting access to Captain Marvel is going to be huge. I personally, and we talked about it earlier, I personally believe that Captain Marvel should be added to, like, the achievements. Or you know, like at least unlocking her. But getting enough to get a 3-star Captain Marvel should be added in some way to the achievement for, like, the X-Day login as a kind of reward instead of just Hulk. This way, every player gets the Captain Marvel because she's good, and it's impossible to get her through milestone orbs. But that's also not 100% accurate. It's a data mine, so we're going to take that with a grain of salt. So you were his source on many things? Oh, no, we just have the same source. They also should fix... So the thing is, I go to look LinkedIn, and all of my connections are people who worked at Foxnex, worked at Seismic Games, or worked at Capital Games. They should fix the Wolverine. I don't think the Wolverine thing is that big of a deal. I just think the problem is that the Ultimus shards are useless. Ultimus shards need to be relevant, and they do have plans for an Ultimus store, which is why they resized all of the stores. The stores they're going to supposedly add is a ISO 8 store, which, let's be clear, ISO 8s were supposed to come out in November. They didn't. The group calendar being gone for new players is pretty BM. Yeah, what happened with that? Because it never said it was a short term. It wasn't said, like, try it now. It said new players will get. Which not, like, for a limited... It never said for a limited time on any of the advertisements or any of the places that said it. Crazy to me. Crazy to me that, like... I just thought they were giving... Like, do you know what happens to technical complexity with save squad things? Yes, I actually... Oh, wait. Apocalypse. Someone from chat, can someone who has seen one of my previous free-to-play videos say really quickly to Apocalypse why they can't add more save slots? Because I do know 100% why. Map Pat said 30 days? Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it said now. I have 3 friends who work for Foxnex. Technically 4 if you count Zeeks. But I don't count Zeeks. It's not storage. It's not storage. And everyone who thinks it's storage has... Everyone who thinks it's storage is the same kind of idea of, like, somebody who heard that they got... Like, Macs don't get viruses. Like, no, Macs totally do get viruses. There's just no reason to make a virus for Mac because no real business is done on Macs. Like, there's no reason to make a virus on a Mac when Macs are used in coffee shops to write, like, novel. You know what I mean? Like, video editing, totally. But, like, no corporate, like decision making is done on a Mac. So there's no reason to. Market share is still low. I can tell you exact size of your base. You have a 4 megabyte file with your name on it. You're using less than a third of it right now. Tinnock hits the nail on the head. Thank you, Tinnock. I just want to make sure that you guys who are loyal have heard me and are willing to repeat what I said before. The reason they can't add save slots is because when they reworked Blitz, one of the things they added to that feature, and the reason you don't have commander teams is because Blitz doesn't populate based on teams that are currently, like, that are doing anything. They populate based on saved squad teams. And because they don't know how to fill out an XOR file successfully, once they change the number of save squads, they have to go back and make sure that the code to generating Blitz teams doesn't end up. Now, if you remember, before they've reworked Blitz, there used to be a time when you would just not get a team, and that was around the time that they added save slots to the game, because that's when they presented that option the first time. Does Apple use Macs in their business? Probably not. If they do, they're running Windows on it. They don't know how to code for Blitz because the opponent... Yeah. So that's why every time you load a Blitz team and it populates a new Blitz team, there is half of a second pause. Because it scans through save squads, and then it runs the calculation to make them scan against your team. That's how Blitz squads are work in this game. And yeah, it's not storage. They have every single player of this game who's played the game for any amount of time is stored on, like, the equivalent of, like, a 128 gigabyte flash drive. And that's, like, every single player right now, plus, like, and that flash drive is not even kind of full. That's just where all that data is. Hacking solution, we enable more save squads, only expose the search save squads to the Blitz enemy team generator. Oh, like, are we talking about actual programming? Like, oh yeah, like, we can, dude, there's like 6 other super solutions, which is why we used to have commander teams. We used to have commander teams because they had a default mechanism to pull characters out of, and it was their save squads, which is why they were all crazy teams. It was like Hand Team, and then like Captain America, Ant-Man, Wasp, like weird garbage commander teams. That was their save squads. It's not simple enough to get it from all squads. Not because we don't know... not because like the programming isn't there, because they don't know how to program. Because surprise, Fox Next not great at their job. But this is also important. No shade to the developers of the game. There's a lot of people that work really hard. The actual developers, not the people who collect the paycheck for doing business shit. The developers of the game work very hard. The kits, the models, the gameplay, the level designs, phenomenal work. Good job, guys. I understand the struggles of why patches come out broken because there's no QA and everything is rushed. That's not on you. That's on people who allow that to continue. So I get that. But this code in this, first of all, Unity is an absolute nightmare. First. Second, and that's why Diablo 3 moved off Unity and went to NetEase. Unity is truly a nightmare. And this code is stolen from Capital Games, which is also stolen from Kabam, which then the people who then worked on the original code of this game left. So, hey, okay, I thought my mouse was off. Yeah, so the game started off as X, moved to Y, is now at Z0, and we are moving to Z01, or Z01, and we just, like, at any point in time, someone, like, the next character that can come out, someone might just be like, I'm done with this, and then just add one line of code and make that character broken. And once it's a line of code that you can see and read and no one's checking it, they can't change it. That's why they tried to do it with Phoenix, too. They tried to put a cap on Phoenix's, her drain. They had to remove that line of code, because we're like, nope. How hard would it be to write a cleaner, more scalable function at this point? It wouldn't. The problem, and let's be clear, I don't know how many people they tout that they work for. They don't. They have about 80 to 85 employees. Of those employees, about 15 to 20 of them are specific for Avatar, Pandora Rising. About another 15 to 20 of them are business, like finance guys and stuff. And then when it comes to programmers and riggers and coders and stuff, most of that stuff's outsourced. Or like part-time stuff. Can we talk? No, we can't. Why they increased from 15 to 20, they must time to change the function to handle 20. Yeah, no. Well, writing code is not just changing parameters. They should be fine if they're in this industry. Yeah, it's a difference. It's the difference between taking what is and changing it and starting from scratch. And let's be clear, if they were to start from scratch, if there was a version of this game coming that was on a brand new mechanism, that would take... But how much debt do you think they went into? Like, they're probably still not in the black. In the black being the term for having been positive on their effects. That said, they've been sold, so now they're Scopely's problem. But their first year, they touted $250 million in sales. Immediately, stop. $250 million in sales, take 30% right off the top. That's the Google Play and iTunes rip. In sales is not gross. It's net. Or vice versa. I always forget. So $250 million, 30% right off the top. So that's 70 million. 70 million less dollars than that was come in. Plus you have, was income come in. The second line is how much money they have to pay for the IP. Now, IP isn't a one and done thing. IP is, depending on what the profitability of a game can be you give us X dollars, you can use this for X years, or it could be profit sharing where based on how much money you make, we take X percent. Could be anything. I don't have the details of that. I suspect it is based on a flat rate plus that they pay for their IP plus overhead. So that game took probably a good 20 or 30 million to develop, not including like the salaries and pay and everything. I believe that their first year, when they said $250 million in sales, they probably got about halfway through their debt. I think that the second year, which I know for a fact they had worse sales than their first year. And their first year was technically not a full year, but beta does count in the sales, so I know they did way less than 250 million. I believe it was like I think it was 100. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, I believe it was like 170 million. If the number I saw, if I remember. This is all memory, I could be wrong. But they did way worse. And then that's why when they say like, oh, February was their best month ever, I was like, I'm gonna have to check on that. 0 in-house programmers? No, they have some. They have about 4 or 5 in-house programmers, but like, like, how many of them are riggers? How many of them are coders, you know? And again, I don't want this to be like a Fox Next thing. I want people to watch this video and have a whole bunch of entertainment. I want them to see the free-to-play account. I want them to see knowledge. I want them to understand that this game is super fun and super enjoyable, and then the company who makes it are just kind of like doing their best, right? Like, don't respect this company. Don't treat it like these guys are like doing, like, they're like well-renowned. Like, they're like a hair better than EA by like most comparisons, and even then that's incredibly generous. So now I just kind of want to like close out with the thought, because I've been streaming for almost 2 hours, which makes this video twice as long as any of my other ones, but hopefully it's entertaining, you know. I hope you guys enjoy it. So I do want to close this out, and I want to close out with a little bit more idea of what we're going to end up with here. So I'm next week, right? Next stream, it's going to be the 1 month. At 1 month, I anticipate having not only a very strong shield team. Like, I'd probably imagine my shield team might hit about 50k over the next week. I imagine I would definitely have unlocked Mantis and Gamora by this time. So great spot. 1 month into the game, 2 months left before Star-Lord. I will have unlocked and progressed pretty decently on a number of the characters I need. Looking forward to that. Hopefully I'll be in an alliance that can be able to do U5. That's my current goal, and shield minions are totally adequate for that. As a result, I've said this before, I'm trying to go the entire time without unlocking the defenders. That said, I'm not going to ignore a team if I get them. I'm just not going to farm them. So if by some chance Iron Fist and Daredevil, like if I pull another 15 drop of Daredevil out of a premium orb, I'm not going to not unlock him, but I'm not going to like bring him up to a ridiculous, like I'm not going to make this my primary team. I'll have the defenders as an adequate blitz team as I continue to progress beyond them. But all of this is going to be based on the RNG, the positive feeling, and knowing how to play the game. Knowing the interactions. Knowing that right now, knowing as a player that U1 and U2 is completely useless for the first, like after the first week of the game. You just go into a U3, do one node, and you will get more materials, even if you don't 30% it, than if you do either of the other ones. Even though they lowered the rewards. The reason they lowered the rewards is so that new players with like 4 or 5 people in their alliance can easily start these garbage U's. But the point is, you want to get to U4 and U5 as fast as you can. I'm already doing U4s when the alliance leader launches them, which means I'm probably going to have to find a new alliance. So if anyone has an alliance that's doing U4s or U5s right now, message me and I'll jump in. I don't want an alliance that's doing U6s. I don't want an alliance that's crushing it in war right now. I do want a fair shot so I can keep it honest to what a lot of players are going to be doing. Other than that, my hope is to be 1 week from now, level 55. I hope to unlock, let's see, what do we have? 10, 20, 35. I have 36 characters unlocked. My hope is to be closer to 40, 43 characters, level 55, as close as I can. We're doing 70%. Yeah. Lead one? No, I don't have the... I definitely can't lead an alliance in the other games I play. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for hanging out. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going off for now. I want you guys to have a good night. Have a great day. I've been Tony Scungili, and I'll catch you later. Be good.